The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning this morning and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It is Wednesday, the 31st of December, 2025, and you are on the clock with Erin, Greene. Listen, you think I can let New Year's come in and don't know where to find me? I have to give my government name.
I love the New Year's intro, Kermit. That was a good one.
You like that, hey?
Yeah, I like that.
Happy.
It felt so newsy. It was like dun 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 dun, like official.
That's the kind of show we're gonna have today. Yeah. But I want to say thank you. Happy Christian New Year to all the people who celebrate New Year at this time of the year. We know that other cultures, ethnicities, religious and spiritual groups may celebrate the New Year, recognize the New Year at different times of the year. Mm-hmm. But today, we say on Christmas, New Year's Eve?
Christian New Year's Eve. Christian New Year's Eve. Western New Year's Eve.
Western. You call it Western New Year's Eve. Okay, we got a little bit of housekeeping to do. Remember, the Loyalist Charles Farquharson Will competition open to junior and high school students across the archipelago will continue into 2026. Also, On the Clock is running a T-shirt and magazine recycling drive. We want to say thank you to all of the individuals who have already donated T-shirts and magazines. You guys check out Rabble Bookshop, a new bookshop on New Providence. It's at number 13 Park Gate, Ponciana Paper Press. Wonderful and interesting gifts, novelties, stickers, postcards, journals, notebooks, right? It's just posters, T-shirts, tea towels, quarter panels. It's a wide range.
Tote bags.
Tote bags. Perfect for toting from New Year's dinner. Also, Hannah Hasty Times, people, my family, my cousins, it's been a long time. We're going to have a January meeting. We're sharing details for the upcoming family reunion, August 2026, and other delights. We're going to celebrate the new year, bring in the new year as a family. Details coming shortly, but it will be the last Thursday of the month as always. Now, Crystal, I got to send you have a shout out? I got a shout out. You want to do your shout out first?
Yes.
Okay, do your shout out.
So I want to shout out one of my friends, my good friends working in maritime at Bowen, the Bahamas Wildlife Enforcement Network.
Okay, so she have boats?
Yes.
And she could take us on safari tour.
It's a guy.
He got boats and he could take us on safari tour.
Maybe if you're listening, Donald, his name is Donald Neely. He's now leading seaman Donald Neely. Congratulations. And if you do, call in if you could take us on those boat safari tours.
Hold on, wait, you wait for RBDA. His title,
yeah.
Repeat his professional title?
Leading seaman Donald Neely.
All right. Is he RBDF?
Technically, yes.
Okay, never mind on the boats. Never mind on the boats, Donald Neely and your supervisors. That was just an idea we had before I know you are a Marine. Never mind. You good. Right? Because...
Yeah, no safari.
Just because you in charge of the boats don't mean they're your boats. That's my bad. But congratulations. Why are we shouting him out?
Yes. We're shouting him out because he's just got a promotion.
And what's he?
To leading seaman.
Oh, yeah. So you just got the promotion to leading seaman. Yeah. What comes before leading seaman? Is it following seaman?
This is a good trivia question. What comes before leading seaman? You can text in at 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. And inform our audience.
And luckily for y'all, I have a copy of
trivia question. New Year's Eve trivia question.
Bye. Tell them who would buy. Crystal Holder. And Crystal Darling Sargent. That's who would buy. Is your trivia question?
Oh, I thought you said the book or.
Oh yeah, no.
No. I
Okay,
didn't
so the
write a book
prize.
Yet.
I had one. I had one little
pending.
thing.
My book
I had
is
one little
pending.
thing sitting in my backpack for a special occasion. So if you get the answer correct today, you win a copy of the documentary "Womanish Ways: Freedom, Human Rights, and Democracy: The Women's Suffrage Movement in the Bahamas, 1948 to 1962." Again, if you repeat the question. What in the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, what rank comes immediately below leading seaman? That's the question. And the prize to win today is a copy of the documentary directed by produced by Marion Bethel, directed by Marion Bethel and Maria Govan. Editor was Kareem Mortimer, right? Writer Marion.
I watched this when I was in university, when I was in the College of the Bahamas. I'm aging myself. I'm not that young.
All right.
I went to the College of the Bahamas, but I watched this documentary at the college, and it's a really good documentary. So, guys, it's worth reading.
You have the answer?
Huh?
You have the answer? Miss, go research the answer. Okay, so I have a
Don't
text
call me
answer.
out.
That's okay. So let me do my shout out.
I was trying to sound clever.
Let me do my shout out. We got some answers coming in by text. I have a shout out today to a very special person, Miss Crystal Monroe, all the way from Ragged Island. She's an avid listener to Guardian Radio. She listens to On the Clock and all the shows. And she said, listen, tell everybody at Guardian, good morning. I love the shows, and I'm tuning in this morning. Listen, Crystal, I'm trying to figure out how long it would take me to get to Ragged Island on a skiff. I figure I can't come on no big boat. You can't go to Ragged
Why are you
Island.
trying to do that?
Because
that sounds very unsafe.
listen, it's not unsafe. It's adventurous. And Ragged Island people is nothing but adventure. I mean, I'm talking about.
But you should wait till you get on Ragged Island to do that adventure. I know sometimes we get mixed up because Bahamas mean, shallow waters, but they ain't that shallow from Nassau to Ragged Island.
I ain't swimming.
You could be.
I ain't gonna be like Blair and Casper on how to go. How to go, Delilah? Where my boy said, "Listen, I would jet ski from Nassau to Miami to see you." Yes. Okay, you have an answer?
According to the internet.
All right. Okay. We have a winner. We have a winner by text. So the question was, in the RBDF, Royal Bahamas Defense Force ranking system, which rank comes immediately below leading seaman? And the answer that the Google gave us?
Yeah.
The answer that the Google gave us was able seaman, and we have an answer. The text winner, the last four digits are 02. Oh, what happened?
So he said he was promoted from able seaman to leading seaman.
Okay, so we got two winners. I got another prize. We got two winners by text because those are the.
Yeah. Because
Oh,
because
you
when
said
I went
from
out,
able,
I said the
able to leading?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Able is the answer.
Okay. Yes.
All right, good stuff. So the text, I got your text information. The last four digits are 0210.
What time should they come to collect their prize? Because the
Listen,
holiday hours are a thing.
Guardian closing at 12, I think. So I recommend you be here by 11. Don't try to be here for 11. Try catch the vibe. Just in case we all sneak out early today, because you know what's coming up tomorrow night. It's Junkanoo.
Oh, yeah.
We all got to be in our beds, catching sleep, so we be prepared to stay up all night at Junkanoo. All right, so
stay up all night and watch Junkanoo.
maybe.
Maybe no. You have to do it. It's a cultural tradition. You got to do it.
See, the
gotta watch it somehow.
being up all night is the cultural tradition.
Some networks has worked very hard to provide live coverage.
No, they do.
And as someone who did it several times before.
As a former journalist.
Very exhausting.
So we should all tune in and support our local journalists, our
they
media
work
companies.
extremely hard covering Jungle
All right.
News.
So text to ask, what's your gift? You get a copy of Womanish Ways, Freedom, Human Rights, and Democracy, the women's suffrage movement in the Bahamas, 1948 to 1962.
Extremely informative.
Yeah, I think it's a
great
must-have for
Yeah.
Bahamian families.
And I think every child should
Oh,
watch that in
tonight.
school.
The texts say tonight, not tomorrow night.
For
Junkanoo.
Oh yes, because it's Eve. It's not New Year.
It's not Adam
New
anymore.
Year's.
It's Eve.
not. It's
Okay,
not
so
New Year's.
for our daily
So
dose of positive, and then callers, texters, we're looking for your story of the year and your person of the year. What is the story of the year? What is the person of the year? Now, for our daily dose of positive, right? Have you guys heard about Upskill Bahamas? All right, so I'm going to read from this article. Registrations for government's new Upskill Bahamas program exceeds 8,000 people. Demand for the government's Upskill Bahamas program has exceeded expectations, with officials now seeking to expand capacity to meet the growing interest. PM Davis said on Friday. The platform, launched in November, offers more than 40 courses from over 30 institutions, allowing Bahamians aged 16 and older to study fields including technology, business, finance, health, marketing, hospitality, foreign languages, artificial intelligence, and skilled trades, and earn certificates at no cost. Mr. Davis said the program was capped at 8,000 participants, but registrations have exceeded that limit, and negotiations are now underway to increase capacity by a further 5,000 people. Officials said registrants span a wide age range, with some over 60 years old. You can go to ophub.gov.bs. So that's OPPHUB.gov.bs. OPPHUB.gov.bs. I want to read a small quote from the Prime Minister from another article. PM encourages Bahamians to register for Upskill. He added, the Opportunity Hub is a national initiative built to help Bahamians learn about government opportunities, sign up online, share feedback directly, and see real stories of progress. Full stop. This initiative is led by the Ministry of Education in partnership with several higher education institutions, including Harvard University and Oxford University. Right? I think that's a daily dose of positive. And listen, New Year's resolution, sign up for a class on ophub.gov.bs. Encourage the young people in your family.
Never too young or old, according to this.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what may be a great intro for people? As a group or as a family, you all sign up for the same course. So maybe 3 people in the family sign up to do the same course. You can help each other with the coursework. You could work on projects together. And if it's a skills building opportunity, you may be walking towards building a small company. Right? I think.
Family business.
Yeah. Davis administration, that's our daily dose of positive for the day. And a great story to end the year with. All right. I hear you, texter. I hear you. I think we maybe will. So the texter said they're unable to pick it up today. You could pick it up when we open up on Friday, texter. The texter's offered to give the gift to another person. I'm wondering if we're going to give the gift to one of the children's homes, residential care facilities for young people. Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a caller on the line. Let's go to the caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Erin. I hope all is well with you and family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Erin, I can make a small comment, because next year, we have the worst sport of state in English-speaking Caribbean. Because journalist's job is to make sure give the populist information and accurate information. The BME people, Erin, and I on the ground. The people, I told Dwight a couple of months ago, I was going to give the commissioner of police 6 months before I started putting a little heat on her. Now it's almost a year now. And I bet, Erin, I do a small bet, with my friends who I associated with. I say, JJ, man, this woman commissioner, boy, that ain't going. I said, man, but sometimes you have to give ladies chances. Like Margaret Thatcher was good, the lady from Trinidad and Tobago, strong, and the other good ones. And, and she ain't looking too good, man. She ain't looking too good. But our goal next year, right, in the GNN, we're going to do everything to try to protect our citizens.
Yeah.
Number one, my children and grandkids can't buy land and all in the food province where they're born. I told doctor, he peeled the land, hold and back. He ain't did it. Mr. Christian did it. Neither Mr. Bruce Davis. I don't know what, I mean, to me, it looks like these prime ministers hate Bahamas, man. Bahamas is a rich country. Bahamas people catch and living.
Yeah.
A lot of people on the street homeless. Maybe we need to take care of our people.
Yeah.
I go, but that same place. I be my market sometimes between there and East Street and stuff.
That's a space, eh?
Yeah, and that's a nice building. I mean, it's clean now. Go for a service, man. Take care of our people, man. Take care of the elderly. Take care of the people. Judge you how you treat the citizens.
The most vulnerable. Yeah.
How your hospital is. Saying all civil service, right? And somebody put something on the chat, and this guy driving his government truck, and he didn't stop. He did all kind of crimes. See, Erin, these are the kind of things I do like at the fallen man. You need to put pressure on the commissioner of police. You need to put pressure on the commander of the defense force, the civil servants who deal with our passport, our driver's licenses. I mean, how in the world you can get a license you can't speak English to maneuver in the roads, man?
And to read the manual required for passing the test.
Exactly. So, Erin, so a lot of things. See, Erin, I love the Bahamas. I love God. See, I am a activist. I'm married with Louis George and Fred Smith. The same way how they go to the United Nations and get done what they want, we can do the same thing too,
Yeah.
All the people, I know all the rest of me from this country. The PLP, they have them black, white, Chinese. I come with the authors of money. We got to fix this country. They say they got a deal, but the carbon corpus, I can watch every move they do. Every move they do, I can watch. Every move, hey, you're a civil servant, but the part and tell you all are the servants now. I can say one more thing, Erin, before I go. Ms. Allen and Ms. Diana Francis, please call a meeting with all the contractors for the new place, man. That ministry is not running properly.
Okay.
You need to fix this, man. I'm trying to take my call.
All right, urban renewal and contractors. I got you.
Yes.
All right. I'm so glad you heard what he said. GNN, right? Like, they are organized. There's a group. They're organized. They're thinking about ways. Well, first of all, they're acknowledging what issues are, and they're trying to find solutions to those problems. The importance of a strong civil society in your country. First of all, the government can't do everything. The government's not supposed to do everything. The government's supposed to ensure that there is an environment where people can do the things that they need to do and the things that they want to do, right? That's it. But just like you said, you got a GNN, right? And people need to organize and focus their energy and their resources on the issues that are important to them. When I realized I needed to go to the 71st session of CEDAW in Geneva, the UN, I begged, I advocated, I put forward to my position to as many people as I thought would be amenable to it, right? I begged for support, financial and technical and otherwise, to do it. And you got to put your resources where your passion is. Okay.
I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but from what he was saying, right? Just one thing I want to say to the caller. Some people profit off the misfortune of others. So what don't make sense to you makes dollars for someone else. So if you're like, I don't know why this is happening, it could be, not saying that this is always the case, it could be because the same people who you're calling on to fix the problem
are
they're the
benefiting
ones
from,
who are benefiting from the problems,
whether
from the
intentionally
suffering of others.
Right, whether
And it
intentionally or
happens.
unintentionally.
It's unfortunate.
All right, so we're going to go to the text line. Not to be negative, but where can we read the skills needs study and gap analysis that shows the need for the various skills training to be provided by Upskill Bahamas? Without it, this becomes an illusionary benefit exercise. Okay, so we know the productivity task force is working, right? And they have been working. So it's not like they just started the work, and this is work that began, I think, maybe 2 administrations ago. So I agree we need to see the skills needs and study and gap analysis. We, the people, generally need to see it to understand why our money is being invested in the way it is being invested. But the citizenry need to see it so they could begin to plan out their life and say, okay, these are the skills they want over here. These are the skills I'm going to get. Right? Here's another text. Morning. Story of the year for me is the lady who was pregnant and both Oh, so I think Lauren, I'm not sure what her, I want to say Sanders, but I'm not sure that's the right name. The young lady who was pregnant found murdered off Munnings Road. Okay, that's a big story.
It's a big story.
I agree.
Story. Very sad.
I don't want to say lump it in, I will put it into a broader category of violence against women and children. I'm putting Adrielle Moxie in that space as well. These are stories that need to be...
And the story from yesterday that we talked
the
about.
car trunk?
The car trunk, the baby in the car trunk.
These are stories that
And
need to be remembered.
I don't know what you call that, the botched abortion, that the person who took the baby out themselves and left it in a bag. Was it in a bag?
It's not the baby that was found Marshall Road?
I'm trying to remember what it was earlier this year, so it's a little foggy.
I got
but
you.
It was a younger woman who had a baby, and she tried to throw it away.
I got you. Yeah.
Was that here? Maybe it was in the States. I'm a little mixed up because
it may be here. For my person of the year,
yeah,
it is the pastor that happened upon the crying baby in the wilderness. The pastor that rescued the baby that had been abandoned, right? I think in Marshall Road. That man, right? I think the rescuers, those who step in because they know what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it, and they know how to do it.
They're not like everyone, because some people would see it and they would say, I'm not getting involved. I am not going to be bothering with myself with this. I'm turning the other way.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people would do that.
All right? So I got another text here that says, Erin, is that the first woman commissioner of police? They had big feminist celebration for who the caller is talking about. The one they said she as a woman came to change things. Okay, texter, first of all, this is a fascinating text. Who had big feminist celebration?
I'm unfamiliar. I'm unfamiliar with that.
Because was it the feminists? It wasn't the feminists. Who had big feminist celebration? It wasn't the feminists. All right? Stop that. That's not nice. I celebrate a woman commissioner, but I also have great critique about commissioners in general, and this critique includes women commissioners, right?
Yes, agreed.
If you're going to be the leader of the force, then you need to manifest, engender in your presence, in the operation of your daily duties, that you are prepared to train with them. You are prepared to hit the same standards that they are required to hit. My commissioner of police, whether man or woman, should be able to pick up two cars in their hand and clap them together to make the crowd silence.
Oh my God.
Right? Nobody should be feeding my commissioner of police cake.
Why?
Nobody.
It's New
Whether
Year's.
they mail.
What do you mean?
Oh no, they
Cake?
do that. They did that. They did that thing. They have
Cake is wonderful.
No,
It's
they have
New
a little.
Year's.
Hold on.
Everyone deserves cake.
Hold on, Crystal. They have an event that they do, and I don't know if it's. I can't remember if it's a Christmas.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Christmas,
But
the annual
this
Christmas
year,
event.
There's a beautiful picture of the prime minister, because when he smiled, the boy is he looked warm and inviting.
Yes.
When he smiled. I don't know if it's obey or what, but that's the truth. Anyway, he feeding the commissioner of police cake, and she's a polite woman. She's a cultured woman, right? She ain't gonna bat his hand away. Me, I different her.
Oh, feeding cake, not giving cake.
No, feeding, like they take the spoon, scoop up the cake, and then put it in their mouth.
They do it with the male commissioners.
I don't care. Don't do it with none. But that's such a great point that you make.
Yeah.
See, if you wouldn't do it to a man, why are you doing it to a woman?
That's
in office.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is my problem. There. Don't let none of these people feed you cake. Do you not see the optics? It's inappropriate. Anyway.
Maybe symbolic as well, honestly.
People did say she came to change things. That part is true.
Yeah, but we don't know. Like, how long has it been since she's gotten in? How long? A few months, right?
No.
Several months?
Yeah.
Okay, my bearing.
Several months.
Yeah, several months.
But
not a full year yet. And she said they were doing training. She had a whole list of things.
We've seen no follow up.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what.
Right? Like, give me the
that's
follow
it.
up.
Yeah, we just need the follow
Right.
up for that, and that's a good New Year's story.
All right, now a texter said 1 year. When did the Michael Johnson probe take place? Did that start
It's
last
not
year?
no, man, that happened this year.
Because that's on my story of the
I'm
year.
pretty sure exactly because that is what.
And she transitioned
happened.
and when
She when
Fernanda
Fernanda,
went
yeah.
out. All right.
That was like in the summerish time this year.
I got a text there that says, "You really think someone would see a baby in distress and would turn around and say, 'I'm not getting involved'?"
Yes.
I hope we've not fallen that far.
Yes.
So first of all, yes.
I
Second
know
of
plenty
all,
of people would.
we're not
and I know plenty of people who would.
we're not importing some lack of morality. That's not what we're saying
And
here.
there are many reasons why people don't get involved when they see things happen.
Yeah.
And some of it has to do with the lack of trust. And I don't mean to bring this up. Well, how timely. That lack of trust in the police and law enforcement. Not just that, the law enforcement and judicial system. I think that's it, because sometimes people are scapegoated or things are planted or pinned on them. We've seen this. This has been documented, right? Where things have been planted or allegedly planted on people, and they've gotten in these kind of mix-ups, and they have to go to court because they say, oh, it was this person, and they take this person into custody, and sometimes it's actually skewed against men. So a lot of men, especially
Yeah.
when it involves children.
Yeah.
So for a man to say, forget all that, this child needs help, and to actually go out of his way to do that, that's a lot. Because sometimes they are targeted and they're taken into custody.
Here's a simple thing. A person who is so desperate that they would abandon their child on the side of the road is so desperate that they may attempt to shift the blame to somebody else if they are discovered, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And there are.
And not just that, mental health, because we don't know if they're all playing with all,
So here's a text. The text says 1 year. I don't think it's been a whole year
not
yet.
been a year.
The commissioner's results had nothing to do with her being female. From January, when they posed that nonsense, I said, we don't have time for this. I think that's what the feminists said. The feminists said it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality, right? Being from Grand Bahama is also a meaningless qualifier. Strategist, visionary, communicator, crack investigator, traffic expert, willingness to speak truth to power. These are the qualities that might forecast a good commissioner. We've seen none, says the texter.
Oh, they're right. They're right. Well, according to this.
Here's another text.
Yeah, the 5th of January, she was, they're right. The 5th of January, she became the first female.
You see how these news cycles move so quickly?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Gosh.
Here's another text. Thank you. Another text is sent in our news story, January 3rd. Here's a text. Only thing she forgot to do is call him daddy. I wonder if Clayton Fernandez let him feed him cake too and call him daddy. And also, let's talk about the
That's so
pastor who heard
disrespectful. Oh my
Adriel
God.
screaming and ran away to supposedly get help. As alleged, right? Instead of helping her, and the baby was found. Oh boy. Texter, that's so graphic. I'm not going to read it on it. I'm not offended by it. This for the audience sake. Thank you, texter. Thank you for sharing that information. It is heavy, but I must hold it. Thank you. The texter sends the headline. If you want to capture this headline for posterity, Our News, January 3rd, 2025, quote, for the first time in Bahamian history, the Royal Bahamas Police Force officially now has its first female commissioner in the person of Shanta.
Yeah, but she was inducted on the
Knowles.
5th, according to this.
Yeah. All right.
This
So
is good.
story of the year, person of the year, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720 for Family Island listeners. Text line 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Crystal, I've gotten admonishment from a lot of listeners who don't necessarily call in, but they share information with me. And I've got a lot of admonishment about not tackling those things as quickly as they share them, right? And like I wanted to say to the listening audience, 2026 becoming a little harder in our critique of what's happening. The holiday season rolled in.
Yeah, but 2026 is going to be rough. That's an election year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So get prepared for it. But once
accountability, everyone, accountability. And I want to say something I'm a little biased, of course, when he talked about the fourth estate, right? We have to understand that there are limitations as well, right? As a former journalist, there are limitations. We do not have freedom of information. That makes a big difference in trying to access information. A lot of news reporters are also very young. It's hard to get that information and that build that relationship where things are what do you call it? Like more easily handed over, and people, and you say, hey, this person in charge of what do you call it? Statistics, Department of Statistics. I know her. That's my contact. Let me get this information. It's more difficult to do that,
and so
it does make things challenging. And they don't have to give it to you,
right?
Like that's the next.
There's no requirement in law.
There's no law,
which makes the recent commentary by the Prime Minister curious, right? Like it's interesting that you are now suggesting that you are heralding, right, this movement to expand and enhance the media core, the journalistic core in the country, when I think it's not unreasonable to say that one of the most successful efforts of your administration was media busting. Was destabilizing the media, creating an environment where it is less likely that the media core could do the job that you are suggesting they need help doing. I want to read from today's Nassau Guardian editorial. It's an excerpt. The title is "A Year of Squandered Leadership." And coming to this point, it says, Our national press corps has largely become weak and incurious. We have many journalists today who appear more than content to rely on what is told to them rather than actually interrogate it. And the public has been poorly served for it. Well, Crystal, you raised some of the issues that journalists face and that younger
also
journalists...
with the police, there's a barrier there as well, right? Because the information is sent to us.
Listen, I haven't been on the Royal Bahamas Police Force website because if I go there again and it is still a mess, because all it is a mess, right?
Go look at it.
Then I have to talk about it every day.
Let
me continue reading from this thing. We have many journalists today who appear more than content to rely on what is told to them rather than actually interrogate it. And let me reemphasize this here. They have to rely on what's told to them. You can't get no information.
I think we should
let me talk for a second. Okay. The government website wouldn't even let you copy and paste. And now, new bills that are being tabled and acts that are being tabled, you can't copy and paste them either, right? This whole conversation about we're going to enhance and grow, for what? Why would you waste those words on us when you spent such a tremendous effort destabilize to the point where people think I'm a journalist and all I used to do is tell joke and talk about raccoon? Let me go back to the article. And the public has been poorly served for it, but the new year offers new opportunities. The PLP could yet discover a sense of purpose and articulate a vision that speaks honestly to the challenges ahead. So that was just a tiny excerpt from today's article that references the core. So 2025 story of the year. First on the list is sexual violence against women, children, and the vulnerable, which also includes men, right? The story, the baby found in the trunk of the car, the Lawrence story, the Adriel Moxie's story. These are all stories there. Another big story, Hiram Lewis crosses the floor, joins the COI. COI, I don't know if the technicalities are, because, when it's in their interest, these guys follow the letter of the law. But do the COI have a seat in the House? Hiram Lewis crosses the floor. I think that's big news. I think on the top of my list as well, U.S. occupies South Caribbean basin. I got this story here. Trump bombs Venezuela land for first time. Is war imminent? Al Jazeera, yesterday's media. UN experts condemn U.S. naval blockade of Venezuela as illegal aggression, right? U.S. government occupies South Caribbean basin. Maybe that's not the news. The news of the year for me is, what are we saying about it? Are we not in a similar situation?
We couldn't even get SpaceX to stop dropping the uncontrolled disassembly in the water, so I don't know.
Well, we did stop. We did technically stop some of it.
They're still testing.
No debris could drop in the water if no rockets launch over our water.
If we put like a big net over
Like
the
a dome?
country,
A dome.
then to just catch
My
the
Bible
debris so
people,
it
this
doesn't
is your
fall
time.
into the environment.
My Bible people, this is your time. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Miss Greene. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you, sir. How are you?
Rachel, Illinois. Thank God for life as usual. 31st of December. Thank God to still be here. The
Yes.
lady said she was a journalist, or she is a journalist?
Crystal Darling Sargent, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I never heard her name before.
That's because she's a good journalist. It's sad that don't let you know their name.
She might be the best, but I mean, where she was working well.
I used to work at ZNS and Eyewitness News.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I know your voice sound media-like, but I just ain't familiar with your name.
Media like.
Yeah, you can see that she have a voice for media.
Oh, yes, she do, man. Yes. I guess for TV, too. A face for TV, they say. Miss Greene, they
Yeah.
say MP or get mixed up with a firearm on the island somewhere.
Listen, so I saw a headline, right? And I was curious about the headline because the headline said, man who said he was detained, right? Like they don't have any evidence of that.
When they say man, they ain't talking about the MP, though.
No, they're talking about an individual who said that he had been detained as a part of an investigation looking for something that an MP lost at a bar.
The MP lost it
That's what the thing say.
at a bar?
Right, but see, the story, the police, the police don't never reference the thing. All they say is
item.
that the man who said he was detained, they ain't sure what he talking about.
And they didn't say what the MP lost?
No, not as far as I know.
Whoa.
I saw that story on our news, cousin.
So we could lost things when we at a bar. Was he drinking? Would they say he was drinking some cocktails or something?
I can tell you what, I be in bar all the time and I don't drink. So let's not
Okay, so he
assume.
mightn't have been drinking and just lost something.
Yeah, it could have been a constituency meeting. It could have been,
In a bar.
yeah. Because
Whoa.
they ain't got plenty of meeting space.
Whoa.
It could be. I don't like the story at all, Papa. Like I'm waiting for the internet right now.
They say
as
that's
we
North
talking.
Andres.
Yeah, I know.
I like the MP in North Andres. I like how he's fight for people.
All right. So here's the Tribune story. Man claims he was held over MP's missing firearm at bar. That's in the Tribune News Network, right?
They meant to say missing license firearm.
Well, that's assumed. We're going to assume that. We're going to assume that if there's a firearm and it's the MP's firearm, that he was licensed and authorized to carry it, right?
Yeah.
And that.
But he was in a bar and he lost it.
That's it. Well,
you're supposed to keep them in your waist.
Here's the thing about Here's the thing about missing.
You lost it out his waist.
Hold on, pause. Here's the thing about missing. You don't know where you lost it because it's missing. Second thing, I imagine that if you've been authorized to carry a firearm, you are also required to purchase an approved holster.
Yes.
For said firearm, and you're required to carry said firearm
and take some training
as well. Right? And that training should include how to properly carry your firearm.
And where to rest it, and how to walk with it, or how to take it.
Yeah, see, because here's the thing about see how you say where to rest it? I imagine never having had a license to carry a gun, when you ask, well, where I could rest it? In the safe. Either it's on your person or it's in the safe, and that's it.
That's where it's supposed to go.
Right, ain't no resting it nowhere. See, that's why you need a holster. Because
did they find it?
If you keep it in your belt buckle, if you keep it in your waist, what do you do when it's time to use the bathroom?
But they say he was in a bar.
I know, but this is just a hypothetical. If
Did
you,
they find it?
I don't know.
The report didn't say they find the gun.
No, none of the stories I've seen so far indicated that the
How much
missing.
days ago this happened, man?
That
Allegedly.
story I read to you is the 19th of December.
Whoa, that's a long time. They supposed to either find a gun or know what we talking about.
2 days ago, I got into Messenger. See, remember when Crystal was saying that although we have freedom
Now,
of...
you put me in my place. You mean the commissioner?
No, I'm talking about Crystal, darling.
Oh, the lady there with you?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
But thank you. No, you remind me.
Crystal, sorry.
If that happened, you remind me.
No worries.
Okay, sorry.
You could correct me, no problem. She said, okay, so Eyewitness News, somebody sent this to me on Tuesday. Man claims unlawful detention for alleged MP's missing firearm. Right? So 19th of December, I think there should be more clarity, but
By now,
that's just me. That's just me. I ain't nobody.
No. By now, it should be. That's what we need. That's what we need in this country for 2026 and beyond. We need more follow-ups on these stories, man.
Yes, sir. But listen,
We need more follow-up. I don't know who to blame for that or what we could do to make it better. We need more follow-up.
tell Guardian, give him 2 hours in the night, like from 10 to 12.
But Guardian could lead the way, but it's more than Guardian.
I know.
Man, you would be bringing these stories, need to do more following up.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, right? You say that's a pastor who was doing his exercise and find the baby.
Yeah.
We will know how the baby doing. We will know, is it a way we can offer to help assist with the baby? Mm-hmm. Did we name the baby?
Yeah.
We will find out, did you find the mother? Woman, come on, man, follow up. You know what I was wondering? Yesterday, listening to the news, and when I talked to you yesterday about the baby they find in the back trunk, I didn't know what else they were saying something about, allegedly with the daddy, tell the mother and all of that foolishness, right? I was wondering, like, is it a law? Do they have to implement something or what? How do we as public out here who like to open our mouth and cry on the radio when we hear these bad things happening, how do we assist? How do we leave the door open and say, well, bring the baby to me? Does the law allow them to bring the baby to me? And then I go legally and deal with the baby, but to assist the baby rather than leaving the baby in the bush and mosquito biting, but put in the bathroom. If the man don't want the baby, my God. And the next thing about it, these legal terms, right? I listen to the news.
Listen, I got 2 more callers, so let's make this one
we
quick.
didn't know if the daddy didn't know the woman was pregnant. My God, they must he wasn't having nothing because you could feel the baby growing in the belly.
Yeah.
You understand? So the big story is the baby who they find hanging out the door and the mommy and daddy is right in the front seat. I don't know what year, how much would they do
But
with
they
them
were
to set an
sentenced today.
example.
The story came up this year.
We just need to look out for our children no more, and it should be a way that we could go up and find out where the little boy who they find in the bush with mosquitoes biting them.
Yeah.
Let's go find out how we can help. Let's find out like how we could do more things than just talking about, oh, that's sad and that sounds so bad. Let's get involved. Is it an avenue we could get involved?
Thank
Take
you,
care,
Papa.
man.
Absolutely. Producer, I could take the... Y'all hear the music, right? I got to go, callers. I apologize. Oh, all right. I apologize, callers. I got to go to the break. Raggy and my producer right now. Y'all stay tuned. You're on the clock with Erin Greene and Crystal Darling Sargent. We coming right back. Stay tuned.
Are you searching for something new? Something exciting? Your dream job in paradise? Well, look no further. Royal Beach Club Paradise Island is hiring. Join a dynamic group of passionate hospitality professionals, craft unforgettable moments, and thrive in a vibrant, welcoming atmosphere. Play your part in shaping the future of our team while growing your own career every day. Bring your energy, your passion, and your creativity to a workplace that's as dynamic and fun as you are. At Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, the opportunities don't just exist. They're limitless. So are you ready to find your perfect fit? Visit Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career today and step into a world of exciting possibilities.
At Cleveland Clinic, care is everything. So when your primary purpose is to care for the world, you'd start with your community until you're accessible anywhere. You make complexities your specialties and put compassion before anything else. All to redefine what's possible. For everyone, everywhere. For every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
We're leaving together, but still it's farewell. And maybe we'll come back to earth, who can tell?
Good morning and welcome back to On the Clock with Erin Greene. We got a lot of texts. I got a text here that says, hey, Erin and guests, we understand that it's conflicting when government, politics, and police getting involved in social media. Okay, so I think the text is saying, like, you want to talk about things that are happening, but your only source is social media, right? Mm-hmm. That's difficult to do.
So
right?
sometimes, it depends, because you could follow official news outlets on social media.
Right, but that's not. I don't think that's what we're talking about, because you're an official news outlet whether you're on social media or not. But more of the tabloid style news outlets on social
and commentary
media
and all
that I can use that to begin an investigation, but I can't read directly from that, and I can't use that as my source on the air to have a conversation about what's within it. All right, I had a text here that says, Erin, see why I like listening to Crystal? Both her and I agreed that they allegedly plant things on people. The texter goes on. Did all these pastors and people really abuse these little girls? ? Or were they framed? ? Are all these girls really runaways ? So first thing I want to say is, texter, are you okay? It's okay to not be okay, but are you okay? The second thing I want to say is, perhaps that's why violence and sexual violence towards women and girls and vulnerable people is at the top of my story of the year list.
Yeah, so I think some of them do. People in positions of power, sometimes they take advantage of the power and they do end up abusing the people under them, whether it's sexual, financial, whatever violence. We talked about all these different types of violence in the past, and also emotional violence, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller, still there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, good morning to you. And Crystal it is?
Yes.
Yeah, Erin, I really can't think of a website that could be designed by anybody alive, and I can't copy its content. I don't...
Yeah, but do I have an hour and a half to figure out how to copy and paste from a site that is set up to not allow copy and pasting? I had to set up a speech-to-text app on my device and read it through and then go back and edit it.
Oh, you go that route. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's one way to do it. But what I think should be making great news is Guardian Radio, smart news, fresh news, and smart talk, because you guys are really setting an example as to what it should be like when it comes to journalism. Give persons an opportunity to express. That don't happen all day on any radio station that I know of in this world.
Yeah.
So I think, if I had about $200 million, I would take 100 of that, and I would put all y'all as candidates, if you want to be, and let's become a new government and bring in a new government system. Because right now we have an Adrian Gibson case that's making news, and that can be making news for the next 5 years. That ain't never come into fruition. You see what I'm saying? But I was always taught, if you're walking with your handgun, just don't have it pointing down at your toe if you have any ammunition, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Your big toe or your little toe. Y'all stop playing with guns.
So this is what I was going to say before the commercial break. So it seems to be, and to add to what he just said, a different, we know that it's a different standard, or it seems to be a different standard for for political people and people in positions of power. We saw how the whole Michael Johnson case went. We saw how different politicians
stick a pin right there.
been allegedly implicated.
Stick a pin
in different situations.
I got you. I got you. We coming right back.
And he mentioned
we coming right back to it. We coming right back to it.
Then-
Headline:
Yeah.
Cornish and Fox chosen as PLP candidates for Abaco. Nassau Tribune, 30th of December. The Progressive Liberal Party has selected its candidates for the Abaco constituencies in the upcoming general election, with incumbent Kirk Cornish and newcomer Bradley Fox Jr. set to carry the party's banner. Multiple sources confirmed that Mr. Cornish will be nominated for North Abaco, while Mr. Fox, the PLP branch chairman for Central and South Abaco, will contest that seat. Party insiders said the selections followed interviews conducted by the PLP's candidates committee earlier this month and are expected to be ratified next month. Here we go. Meanwhile, Mr. Cornish's renomination has also drawn criticism from some PLP supporters who argue he could have done more for the community, particularly on road repairs and other infrastructure issues. That's all.
Not even talking about that.
However, North Abaco PLP branch chair Anastasia Dawkins said, now this is not in quotes, this is not a quote, this is from the article. North Abaco PLP branch chair Anastasia Dawkins said the branch will support his renomination once confirmed. Now, I don't know exactly what that means.
Interesting.
Sometimes I like to speculate.
That's
Sometimes I'm
interesting stuff.
forced to speculate. I don't know exactly what that means. However, why y'all renominating Mr. Cornish? See, in the Westminster system,
No comment.
honorable people do the honorable thing and resign when their honor is called into question, even if they are found not guilty. See, we acknowledging that the boy was found not guilty, you know. Nobody's saying that. But in the Westminster system, honorable people do the honorable thing. And you resign.
It's the same for...
How you get to re-offer for nomination? We are not pleased with this.
Is Adrian Gibson also being renominated?
I don't know. But see, his case hasn't come forward yet. Mr. Cornish has been acquitted
Yeah,
or
that's
found
done.
not
Yeah,
guilty.
that's done.
He's been found not guilty. However, in the Westminster system, honorable people do the honorable thing when their honor is called into question. Here's a text. Oh, caller. Let's go to the phone line quickly. Good morning, caller. Caller, you there?
The standard is the local.
Sorry I missed you, caller. Here's a text, Miss Greene. Kudos to you and Guardian Radio for being a real talk host, unlike those other jokey radio stations who take long breaks when news is still happening. I'd say Guardian Radio, all talk, all day, committed to engaging the general public throughout the holidays, attempting to balance spiritual and religious culture and traditions, right, with the need to share the news. News is an essential service. All right, here. Not sure if you all know the viral TikTok that was surfacing, but there's this video with one of the school resource officers engaging in a hand play activity with some of the students. In light of what's going on within the RBPF, we need some positivity. The officer is engaging with the children in a fun and non-negative way. Yeah, man, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I thought that was cool, and I thought that was cool of the officer to not worry about whether and people question what he did. He engaging with young people, right? He has to now balance being, on the job and being a little silly and a little loose with the young people. Kudos to you, officer. Thank you for the dose of positive text. As a text, would you agree the second biggest story is the local case with the audio tape with the police officers, Miss Johnson, and the other case in the indictment case overseas? Texter. I have it on my list. I was calling it off for days now. There's the Michael Johnson probe and the U.S. indictment. And there's another story that should go, all of those two stories should be in a bundle together. There's a third story from Hamilton, Canada, right, where 27 suspects, I think, arrested on 124 charges with links to Bahamian gang. Right? Like, you're right, these are all top stories. Crystal, as we go through this list, you throw in what you want to throw in. SpaceX, story of the year. Von Miller dies, tragic. Bay Street fire, wildfire season. Was this the year of the plea deal? I can bring that article to y'all in 2026. Hiram Lewis crosses the floor. Middle class pirates, the barge and the reef. Tropical storm Imelda. Kirk Cornish ratified. Minnis doesn't get a nomination. U.S. occupies South Caribbean basin. There's no JCNP in Junkanoo, and they still had to fire people, but at least they fired.
But not just that, what different? Anyway, I mean, to me, I didn't see any visual difference in what usually happens there.
Right? Good point.
As a viewer.
Good point. Is there an immigration crisis or what? The missing surplus and the missing apology. Rodney Munker dies. Newborn found in the back of the trunk. For Person of the Year, the man who found the baby in the bushes, and Candy Gibson from Foam. That's who I'm nominating for Person of the Year. Oh, and my producer, Kermit, I raggy him hard this year. He worked hard. You guys have a great day. Crystal, thank you for joining me.
Yes. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy Christian New Year.
Happy Christian New Year.
You guys have a great day. Guardian Radio AM with C.A. Nuri is up next.
For Christmas and a happy new year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and bring it right here.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.